Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm your host Uzma Khan, here again with you after the short break in Sisters Corner. And we have a lovely guest, Asma Yahya, with us, who is the director of Open House Estate Agency. And she is discussing with us today's market actually for the houses, renting and mortgage prices, all the issues landlords are having or the tenants are having. And we would like to discuss more about in detail with Sister Asma. And head towards Sister Asma. So obviously we were discussing about the buyers and the landlords. If the landlord has a tenant, and what do you think? Still, are they getting benefited from something? Because obviously the rates are going really high, and if the house is on the mortgage, so it's quite difficult when you have to do like some building work as well, and like if anything comes up, how like still they are able to get something from the property or not?
I would say if they don't have mortgage on this property, so definitely, and they're renting this property, so definitely they are making profit out of these. But even though if they still have mortgages, monthly payment, so I think they're still because the rental value is going up, it's increasing actually, and it's really in really a high demand at the moment. So I think this increase, is benefiting the landlord. It's affecting the tenants. It's affecting the tenants because they have to pay a lot, and there is a shortage. There's not enough stock of properties, not enough suppliers. So I would say they are benefit. Maybe not the benefit they are looking for, but I think they are making even if.
What do you think? What areas are seeing the most kind of activities?
The most kind of activities, I would say recently, based on what I can see on the market, it's London and Southeast area. They are leading actually the sales and rental properties at the moment. It's these two
So
areas.
what is the reason behind?
The reason behind, I would say, most probably, because it's closer to London, it's easier to get to the center, central London. You can find transport easier there to get there, and it's not gonna take you a long time maybe to travel, because it's the center is the attractive area for most of us actually. And maybe also good schools, outstanding schools, crime rates in the area definitely. Might be another reasons, because it's not actually because everyone is looking actually for what he needs.
Okay, when we talk about the buyers and especially first-time buyers, as we have discussed as well before in the beginning of the program, what rate do you see the first-time buyer in the market at the moment? Are there any, or no? There are like landlords who wants to make the property after property after property, or there are some. It's a huge difference or influence from the first-time buyer? Like, you can see more people buying the property are the first-time buyer, or the landlords who have already the property?
It's hard to say actually, because we got recently, this is even this year, 2024, we got a lot of people, landlords, are looking for downsizing. So I feel the buyers are still hesitating. They are not 100% confident to get into the market or not. But what I noticed this year, that a lot of landlords are looking to downsizing properties, which I think maybe the cost of life, or is cost of living, yeah, or is it a tax issue or mortgage issue? But yeah, we got a lot actually of landlords were asking for downsizing their properties. Yeah.
Okay. What obviously, when you go and see the property, how you evaluate the property? Like if the house has been built like 100 years ago or 50 years ago, or it's newly built, what is the difference to in the prices? Or is there any?
I would say actually it depends on the area, because it's vary. So it depends on the area. It depends on the property. It depends how the property's condition is. Is it's in a good condition or not? And what we all normally do, we have our system to check, to do like a search to find the comparable evidence for a similar property, check the history of the property itself, and find some comparables, and then after that we visit the property, because we have to see the property to get an estimate, let's say to get an estimate value of the property, whether it's for rent or for sale. We have to go to visit to see the condition of the property, and it depends how good the property is. And sometimes the property actually is not in a good condition, and if you compare this property to any other similar properties on the same area, then this is not going to be actually a fair comparable. So it depends. It depends on the property's condition, areas, and I don't think how old the property is affecting the price of the property itself.
No, I mean to say that obviously new built houses, they have better structure, they have better building work, insulation, heating, and the material. Is far better than the houses in old age, like 100 years ago or 50 years ago. So obviously there is structural difference. And obviously it costs a lot when you go for a new built house.
Yeah.
You know? And the old built houses are not structurally, they are not very good. So, and if you see like safety measures and all these things, then you can see the difference. So how do you find it? Are they more like when you talk about
if we'll speak about the new build properties or the new build houses, it's in high demand, to be honest, right now. You can find so many properties in new build, but the decision to go for new build properties, as you just mentioned, it might cost you a lot of money, but at the end of the day, you are benefiting from this. It's a new build house, so you are not actually, you don't need to worry about like, let's say for the coming 5 years, you don't need to worry about anything in the property, because everything is brand new, and I think, yeah, it's a personal decision actually. If you would prefer to go or to buy a new build property, or no, you would like to go for an old house maybe with a lower price. So it's a personal decision actually. Yeah.
Okay. What would be your advice as a professional for the sellers in the market?
For the sellers, actually, I would say keep your house in a very good condition, because it really makes difference. It really makes difference for the buyers. It's really attracting attracting
Should be
more
maintained.
buyers. Exactly, it should be maintained. It should be in a very good condition, and when you value your property, you should be realistic actually in valued your property. Sometimes maybe you spend a lot of money in renovating your property, in maybe having an extension in your property, so you most probably will need to cover this cost that you've paid for renovation or for extend your property. But again, you should be realistic. You should price your property fairly, because at this point, if you do that, if you price your property fairly, realistically, then you will attract buyer definitely. Yeah.
And how, like, obviously, when somebody's going to buy the house, what do you think you have experience in the market? Like, normally, what people are seeing in the property and they get attracted towards?
Again, this I would say about this again. It's a personal decision, because again, if it's a family, they will definitely will have a certain point of view, and maybe if individuals like or singles, they will have a different point of view. It's different, but. Again, anyone who's looking to buy, to rent, to sell, should be organized, know what exactly they are looking for and which area, and it shouldn't be a certain area. I should have like different options, like I should put my price in mind, do some research, get my documents ready for references, or everything is ready, because when you find something, if something is good, it's not going to stay in the market for long.
Yeah,
it will definitely
good
go.
It will not.
Quick. Yeah, good things goes quick. That's why you should act. If you find, even if you are renting or you are selling or buying, if you find something good, you should act very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you like to give for the landlords?
For the landlords, I would say stay informed. Stay informed, because the market is changing from I'm not going to say from a year to year, from month to month. The market is changing actually. So stay informed to the market. Keep yourself updated what is happening on the market. Keep yourself updated with the regulations, because even the regulations is sometimes getting changed. Keep yourself updated. Keep your property in a very good condition, and yeah.
And obviously we are end of 2024, and we have seen like a lot of up and down situations in the market, in property sector.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you expect 2025 based on recent experience of 2024 market?
That's a hard question actually to answer, because you can't expect.
Yeah.
You can't expect if it will stay, because let's say the interest rate will remain the same, then most probably, yeah, so we will carry on the same current market situation at the moment. But you never know, actually, you never know. So you can't say, I can't expect what's the changes actually.
Any difference we're going to see or not?
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, when we talk about landlords and tenants especially, and mostly people watching our program at the moment, they must be struggling to get the house, even for rent. Why? Because again, the process, the criteria is very difficult.
Yeah.
You have to go through the credit history, you have to give the reference, you have to have enough income to afford 3-bedroom house. Otherwise, you have to be with kids in one room, one bedroom or 2-bed flat, where you needed actually 3 or 4-bedroom house or flat. Yeah. And obviously, when they go to the estate agent and they charge a lot of fee, yeah, they are taking the deposit, and in some cases they do not return it. Yeah. So and they prefer to those people who are like very well stable, and obviously this is important as well. I'm not saying that it's not, but where the tenants who are not able to afford a lot, what they should be doing, what tips would you like to give to the people, tenants?
For the tenants, I would say keep searching, keep searching. You will definitely find something. You will definitely find what you are looking for, because even the landlords themselves, the landlords actually is different. All of us actually have a different personality. Some landlords actually are having their tenants for long term, and even if their tenants are leaving their property and they're looking for someone else, they are not increasing the rent. But at the same time, they need some tenant who stay for long term, like let's say 5-10 years maybe. So this is I think it's good for these type of landlords, is good for tenants, because the regulation here is allowing the landlords to increase 10% every year. So if you sign up maybe with this type of landlords who's looking for long-term contracts, so you are protected, let's say, from the increase, let's say, for 5 years. But how to do that? You will need to do your searches. You will need to speak to the agents, to state agents, to find someone you trust to work with, and have your referencing checks ready. What sometimes actually you can do is offering like paying 6 months in advance with a lower rent than the asking price. So sometimes actually some landlords are accepting and happy with that, because they are taking 6 months upfront of rent, let's say, or 3 months even upfront. So they are taking 3 months in one time plus the deposit. So that might benefit some people and might accept that. Yeah.
So very interesting information, actually. You are sharing, Asma, honestly. How about with the children? Obviously, when the tenants are going to search the property, how does it work? Like, if you have 2 children, how many bedrooms you need, or if you have 3 or siblings, like brother and sisters, how does it work? How do you think? How do you look at that?
If we'll speak about this, actually this type of course, it's different, because let's say the siblings are boy and girl, and you are looking, you can still look for, if they are young boy and girl, let's say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8. I think they can share a room, so you can still looking for 2 bedrooms, but. I think what I can see around me, not all the state agents actually are accepting that. Like, let's say, if a different gender of siblings, boy and girl, no, they will definitely say no. You have to look for 3-bed properties. But if you go to the legal part, I don't think this is a legal process you have to go, because at the end of the time, if I'm looking for 2-bed properties, so
you're not able to afford.
Exactly, you are not able to afford. So you shouldn't be, in my point of view, as a state agency, you shouldn't be strict with the tenant, because if they are coming asking for 2-bed with this budget, so definitely this is what they can afford. So cost of living actually is too high.
Yeah,
is too high. Is too high, and it's raising. Actually, it's not going down. It's never going down. So,
yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
and it's not only the house you are going to afford.
Exactly, you're still paying bills. Yeah, you are paying. You need to pay for bills. The weather, you can see the weather right now. It's freezing. So you need to pay gas. You need to pay electricity. You need to pay water. You need to pay council tax, plus the rent, plus your actually expenses, your life expenses. So a lot of money actually you need to pay. So I think you'll need actually to consider before say to the tenant, oh no, sorry, I can't find you something. No, you have to look for this. I have to be actually to look at the people, at some other actually cost of life and the bills they have to pay, and yeah.
Actually, very good information is going on. I think, Sister Asma, it's not only the cost of living, but obviously because things are going high, but we cannot see the difference in pays, you know. And obviously when our wages are not going really high, it's only a little bit difference each year, then it will be difficult for all the people living in UK or London or anywhere, you know. And obviously we need to buy the food. These things are our basic necessities: home, then food, shelter, clothing. These are basic necessities, basic needs.
Exactly.
And we need to have enough amount to afford these things as well, on top of like having roof.
I agree. Yeah, exactly.
So this is how I think
even with the wage actually is very low.
Yeah.
So when you compare the wage here, it's very low. When you compare it to the cost of life, it's not actually a fair comparable.
Yeah, and when you have, obviously, if you have a car, then fuel prices are going high as well. And then it's getting difficult to buy like things you were buying before, like for 10 quids, 20, and they are like not less than like 50 or 60. So you are buying the same stuff, but the cost is high.
The cost is high,
And in your
and
wages,
not everyone can afford, actually. Not everyone can afford. So
this is, I think, a difference as well. And then obviously you have to check your affordability, like what you can afford.
Even the children's need. If you have children, the children needs. It's a lot. They have to be exactly.
So I would like to say huge thank you for Sister Asma for coming in my program today. If you want to say anything to the viewers.
Thank you very much, Sister Uzma. It was my pleasure actually to have me in here today. And again, for the viewers, I would say, be organized, get everything ready, do your research, get a good advice from someone you trust before you go ahead. Check your affordability for whatever you are looking for, you're looking to buy, or you're looking to rent, or you're looking to sell. And then, move very quickly, act very quickly, because if...
Act quick.
Exactly,
Thanks to all the viewers as well. Thank you so much for staying with us, watching IQRA TV. And please keep watching us, because all these programs are for you, for the community, for the people who are with us. And I would like to say Allah Hafiz till next program. Inshallah, see you next week with another topic, with another guest. Allah Hafiz.